Extreme flooding with scenes like this could be coming to Britain. That's one of the scenarios spelt out in this report from the Meteorological Office. Also, by the 2080s, temperatures in the summer could be a regular 40 degrees in parts of the country. This is a report for the next 100 years, but the Minister set the scene.
The world's climate is already changing. The 10 hottest years on record have occurred since 1990, including every year between 2001 and 2006. In the UK, the 2003 heatwave led to over 2,000 excess deaths, and yet average temperatures that year were just 2 degrees higher than normal. In 2006, the South East experienced a severe drought. 8 million people in the region are dependent on rivers for their water supply. In 2007, we saw widespread flooding across the country, and a storm surge came within 10 centimetres of overtopping the defences at Great Yarmouth.
The projections give a sense of the danger that needs to be addressed at the Climate Change Summit in Copenhagen at the end of the year.
Across the UK, the projections show a range of climate changes up until the end of the century, based on 3 possible greenhouse gas emission pathways: high, medium and low. Broadly speaking, the world's emissions are currently closest to the medium pathway, although there is a risk we could still be heading for the high one. While we cannot be absolutely sure what will happen in future, and there are uncertainties, these projections are not a long-range weather forecast. They do show the probabilities of potential changes for the United Kingdom. And it is a future we must avoid. The projections based on the medium emissions scenario show that by the 2080s, within the lifetimes of our children and our grandchildren, we could face an increase in average summer temperatures of between 2 and 6 degrees Celsius in the southeast, with a central estimate of 4 degrees. They show a decrease in average summer rainfall of 22% in Yorkshire and Humber and in the southeast, which is already short of water, and an increase of 16% in average winter rainfall in the northwest, with increases in the amount of rain on the wettest days leading to a higher risk of flooding. They also show a rise in the sea level for London of 36 centimetres. Temperatures would rise even more under the high emissions pathway, which could mean peak summer temperatures in London regularly reaching over 40 degrees.
This was sobering, particularly when whatever action is taken, the next 30 years' climate is unlikely to be changed because of the present levels of emissions. But not all the effects would be bad.
By investing in flood defence, for example, we estimate that we can reduce the annual cost of flooding by 80 to 90% in the years to come. There may also be some economic opportunities for tourism and agriculture, businesses developing adaptation technologies, and jobs in new infrastructure projects. Mr. Deputy Speaker, climate change is going to transform the way we live. These projections show us both the future we need to avoid and the future we need to plan for. So as well as cutting emissions, we have to start making changes today.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I thank the Secretary of State for